Welcome to this week's episode of the Drunken Syndicate podcast, where gaming meets lore with a twist of controversy, served with a stiff drink. Today, we're diving into the latest shakeup in the D&D world with Wizards of the Coast's newest release, Vecna, Eve of Ruin. But it's not just about spells and liches this time. We're tackling the hot debate surrounding Vecna's new portrayal and how it shifts away from his deep Flan roots to a more Suel-like appearance. Is this artistic freedom, or are they messing with one of Greyhawk's most iconic villains? We'll break down what this change means for the lore, why racial and cultural representation in fantasy matters, and, of course, throw in some of our signature syndicate banter along the way. So pour yourself a drink, settle in, and let's get into the chaos that is Vecna. This was originally going to be a review of the latest release from Wizards of the Coast's Vecna, Eve of Ruin module, but as I started to dive into the content, I was a bit taken aback by a significant alteration in the portrayal of Vecna, one of the game's most iconic villains, and this change has raised questions about the importance of racial and cultural representation in the D&D universe. Vecna's backstory is deeply intertwined with the history of the Flan people, one of the original human ethnic groups in the world of Greyhawk. The Flan people were originally nomadic hunter-gatherers with a deep respect for the natural world. Their myths, legends, and cultural practices reflect this connection, and even in modern times, Flan descendants maintain these traditions. Vecna's transformation from an oppressed untouchable to a powerful lich and dark god is a significant part of his character, rooted in his Flan heritage. Born into the untouchable caste in the Flan city of Fleeth, Vecna's early life was marked by social discrimination and marginalization. His mother, Mazel, shared this harsh reality, which undoubtedly influenced Vecna's relentless pursuit of power and knowledge. The Flan, known for their bronze skin tones ranging from light copper to deep brown, dark eyes, and wavy or curly hair, have a rich cultural heritage tied to nature and storytelling. In stark contrast to the Flan, the Suel people are known for their lightest skin coloration among the human races of the Flanas. With fair skin, pale blue or violet eyes, and wiry hair in shades of yellow, light red, blonde, and platinum blonde, the Suel have distinct physical traits that set them apart. Historically, the Suel Imperium was a powerful civilization that eventually fell into ruin, leading to the dispersion of the Suel people across the Flanas. The new promotional art for Vecna, Eve of Ruin, depicts Vecna with features more characteristic of the Suel than the Flan. The character in the artwork has fair skin, pale eyes, and hair that aligns more closely with the typical Suel appearance. This has not gone unnoticed by the D&D community, particularly longtime fans who are deeply familiar with the lore. Some fans are questioning the decision to depict Vecna with Suel characteristics, arguing that it erases an essential part of his identity. Vecna's Flan heritage is not just a minor detail, it is a foundational element of his character's narrative, influencing his motivations and his rise to power. By altering his racial depiction, Wizards of the Coast risks undermining the depth and richness of Vecna's backstory. The alteration in Vecna's portrayal indeed raises important questions about racial and cultural representation in the D&D universe. While Wizards of the Coast actively promotes diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI, the decision to change Vecna's racial depiction seems contradictory. By swapping his Flan heritage for Suel characteristics, Wizards of the Coast risks undermining the very principles they advocate for. It's essential for creators to remain true to the foundational elements that define beloved characters, ensuring authenticity and respect for diverse backgrounds. Vecna's story, rooted in his Flan origins, deserves to be honored without compromise. Accurate representation of racial and cultural identities in life or in fantasy settings like Greyhawk is crucial for maintaining the integrity of the lore and for respecting the diverse backgrounds that these stories draw upon. Vecna's journey from an oppressed Flan untouchable to a dark god is a compelling tale of overcoming adversity, deeply rooted in his cultural heritage. Changing Vecna's racial depiction to resemble that of the Suel not only contradicts established lore but also diminishes the significance of his Flan origins. It is important for creators to honor the original narratives and the cultural context that shape their characters, ensuring that fans can continue to engage with the stories they love in a meaningful and authentic way. As fans and creators, it is our responsibility to advocate for the integrity of these stories, respecting the diverse cultural backgrounds that enrich the fantasy worlds we cherish. While artistic interpretations can bring fresh perspectives, they should also honor the foundational elements that define our most beloved characters. And that wraps up this episode of the Drunken Syndicate. We've explored the latest controversy around Vecna, Eve of Ruin, and how it challenges the iconic Leech's lore, diving into the deeper themes of cultural representation in Greyhawk. We hope you enjoyed this round of lore and lively debates. If you liked what you heard, be sure to hit like, subscribe, and ring that bell to stay up to date with all our future episodes. Share the podcast with your fellow adventurers and spread the word. Your support helps keep the drinks flowing and the dice rolling strong. Thanks for tuning in to the Drunken Syndicate. Until next time, keep your tankards full, your dice sharp, and your mind open. Cheers!